Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel at NDN TV Nigeria. Click on the subscribe button and be the first to get notifications.
Governor of Delta State, Senator Okowa, has been accused of abdicating his constitutional responsibility to protect lives and property as Chief Security Officer of Delta State. The accusation comes on the heels of recent bloody clashes between rival communities in Isoko Nation, where several lives have been lost and properties valued at hundreds of millions of naira destroyed without any form of intervention by Governor Okowa. Correspondent Chika Bodozie has the details.
In October last year, a bloody fight between Ole and Uzoro communities, both headquarters of Isoko South and Isoko North local government areas of Delta State, resulted in the killing of about 12 persons. The bloodbath was said to have been triggered by an unresolved dispute over land ownership. While victims of this avoidable crisis were yet to recover from their losses, another mayhem was unleashed on innocent citizens in a land boundary dispute between neighboring Igbide and MAMODE communities in Isoko South local government area last December. Worried by the ceaseless bloodletting in Isoko land, members of the Delta State Council of Traditional Rulers in their first meeting for the year 2021 called on Governor Okowa to wade into the crisis. In the same vein, the Isoko National Youth Assembly, which held a press conference recently at Uzoro, condemned the killings and called on Governor Okowa to rise to the occasion.
It is no news that part of Isoko Nation are engulfed in intercommunal bloodletting and wanton destruction of properties, which have disrupted the peaceful coexistence and movement of persons in Isoko land. What is more disheartening is the government apathy and aloofness towards this crisis. This is totally unacceptable. We are calling on government immediate intervention by sending military presence to concerned communities and to put conflict resolution mechanism in place for the people to reconciliating meeting towards amicable resolution of the various needless fracasses. We all are aware of military presence around oil facilities in Isoko Nation. The government cannot continually keep military men in watch over oil facilities for their economic gains and yet but do nothing about the lives and valuable properties of our people.
The Isoko Nation now is tense with a level of mayhem and chaos all over. So we are calling on the Delta State government to, as a matter of urgency, intervene to see how this crisis between Igbide and MAMODE, Uzoro and Ole, Enwe and Igbide, and so on, let them come to our rescue. Because as I speak with you, people are living in abject poverty, and children and parents are running headquarters for their life. Many of them, they are homeless. And we, the Isoko youth, we are not happy. Because these are some of these people being killed. They are the futures of tomorrow. They are the future leaders of tomorrow.
The more recent bloody clash between Igbide and MAMODE had gone on for days, suggesting a state of heightened lawlessness in the area. Without a positive response from the Delta State government, the Isoko Monitoring Group had approached Deputy Senate President Ovie Omo-Agege to mediate in both crises. In a press statement signed by his special advisor on legislative and plenary matters, Efe Duku, Senator Omo-Agege had condemned the killings and promised to contribute to the restoration of peace in the war-torn Isoko communities. Human rights lawyer Frank Tietie, however, blames the ceaseless bloodletting in Isoko land on Governor Okowa's loud silence over the incidents. He wonders why the governor, as Chief Security Officer of the state, has neither visited the warring communities nor issued a press statement on the crisis.
How can you have an elected governor? He is in the state capital. There's a crisis in a part of the state. People are dying. He didn't do anything to prevent it. And now that it has happened, he has not responded appropriately not even visiting the place or even making a statement persuading the warring parties to stop this unnecessary carnage in this Isoko land. We are not only talking about the governor, we are talking about those who have been appointed by the governor as special assistants on conflict resolution and peace building, that Isoko is burning. Nobody wants to be concerned about it. The governor does not want to be concerned. What is the problem?
Owing to perceived complacency of the Delta State government on the bloody clashes ravaging Isoko communities, Mr. Tiete has appealed to the presidency through the office of the National Security Advisor to act swiftly and arrest the situation.
The National Boundary Commission Act establishes the State Boundary Committee, which has the Deputy Governor as the chairman. And the very essence of that committee is to prevent crises like these that we are experiencing in Isoko land. And when these crises come, they take direct responsibility in ensuring that lands are demarcated and designated for those who actually own it. So we see this kind of irresponsibility not only on the part of the governor, the deputy governor, and the state boundary committee. And then with this kind of situation, it means that the security response system in Delta State has failed. We have seen a governor who has not been able to command enough security presence to protect Isoko land. In that case, let us go to the federal government. We need to ask the National Security Advisor to urgently intervene, because the situation there is that where the governor has lost interest, the governor has seemingly failed in his responsibility in protecting the people, and so the National Security Advisor should urgently ask the president to do the appropriate thing. There must be peace, there must be security in Isoko land.
The reticence of lawmakers representing Isoko communities at the state and federal levels is no less disturbing as rival communities resort to self-help in bloody clashes over land disputes. That life is still nasty and brutish in 21st century Isoko land is the collective shame of political leadership in the area. It goes without saying that relevant authorities must take urgent steps to restore lasting peace in Isoko land.
Inside the Niger Delta,